Hi everyone. Today's goal is to use ratios, rates, and dimensional analysis. This chart you've probably seen before. I am not requiring you to memorize it. You'll actually be giving a copy of it in class, so make sure you do get one from me. It does carry our units of measure in both customary and metric, as well as some conversion rates down at the bottom that you'll need to get through this section. A ratio compares two numbers by division. A rate is a ratio that compares quantities measured in different units. So in a ratio, the units of measure are the same. In a rate, they are different. A unit rate is a rate with a denominator of 1. And a conversion factor is a ratio of two equivalent measures in different units. Unit rates help us to determine what is the better buy. Which is the better buy? Store A sells 2 shirts for $25, or Store B that sells 3 shirts for $39. In order to determine which one is the better buy, you should try to figure out what the unit rate is for each shirt. That is, how much each shirt costs. In order to do that, we're going to set up a ratio, a rate, because it's dollars to shirts. And we have Store A that sells them for $25 for 2 shirts, and Store B that sells for $39 for 3 shirts. In order to find the unit rate, we need to get the denominators to 1. So on our top one, we need to divide the top and the bottom by 2. And on the bottom, we need to divide top and bottom by 3. We then end up with $12.50 per 1 shirt and $13 for 1 shirt. So Store A would be the better buy because it's cheaper for the unit rate. It's only $12.50 for 1 shirt versus $13 for 1 shirt at Store B. How would you change yards to inches? And this is something you've probably been doing for quite some time. In your head, you're thinking, okay, there's 3 feet in a yard and 12 inches in each foot, so you would multiply them all together and come up with 72 inches. Converting units is the same thing. We're just doing it more formally now. In this first example, we want to convert 7/10 of a mile to feet. Our conversion unit would be 5,280 feet is equal to 1 mile. You're going to set up a multiplication problem where 7/10 over 1 is going to be multiplied by our conversion rate. When we do that, miles are going to cancel out, and you're only going to be left with feet up in the numerator. You then do the math and simplify, and we get 3,696 feet. The next example is going to convert 6 8400 meters per second to kilometers per minute. Now here we're changing meters to kilometers and seconds to minute. So we're going to have 2 different conversion rates. The first thing they want to do here is to estimate. 6 8400 is close to 7. 7 times 60 divided by 1,000 is about 42 hundredths. Now to find the exact number. Here's where the 2 conversion rates come in. We have 1 kilometer is equal to 1,000 meters. 60 seconds is equal to 1 minute. Now we're going to multiply across once we have all of our conversion units set up. Notice our meters cross off and our seconds cross off. So in the top, you end up with 6 and 48 hundredths times 1 times 60, and in the bottom, 1 times 1,000 times 1. Now you're going to simplify and divide, and the team rode at a rate of 4,104 10,000ths kilometers per minute. And that is close to the estimate we initially had. Example 3 says to use compatible numbers to estimate the number of gallons in 33 quarts. The conversion factor for changing gallons to quarts is 1 gallon for 4 quarts. So because it says to estimate, we're going to change 33 quarts to 32 because 4 goes into 32 evenly. You're going to multiply your conversion factor. Again, our quarts are going to cross off, so that should help you determine what number you put on top and what unit you put on the bottom. We then end up with 32 gallons over 4. And when we reduce that, we get 8 gallons. So there are about 8 gallons in 33 quarts. Again, we can use the word about because it does say to estimate. Okay, our last one is to convert 650 grams to ounces. Here's our conversion factor. 1 ounce equals 28 4/10 grams. So we're going to multiply 650 grams by our conversion factor. Again, you can cross out your common terms. The grams are going to go away. We're going to be left with ounces in the numerator. 650 times 1 divided by 28 4/10 is approximately 22 9/10 ounces. And that's your answer.